All right, welcome in. It's Eric Roberts, Music City Trader, and this is the double crossover bidding strategy. I'm going to go into pocket option right now, show you how to set up the indicators. I'm going to show you a quick overview of the method, and then I'm going to show you my wins and losses using this method and how to actually win using this method. I will tell you, this is the most accurate method I've ever used. I have used a lot of methods. If you want to check them out on my YouTube channel, like pushing the trend and flip-flopping and the flip-flop 2.0, the Hulk method, we've tested for 9 months straight. Myself and Todd, my friend, we have tested this. We have been on a mission, and just not too long ago, we really perfected this one. It's called the double crossover. And so I'm going to log right in here to my demo account, pocket option. And I'm going to show you the indicators. This is sort of, this will be in the notes. You'll have notes in this for the course, so you can set this up. So you don't have to like write every single little thing down I'm telling you, but you will have to set your candles to 1 minute. So you will set your candles to 1 minute. If you need to learn how to use the pocket option interface, just check out a couple of the other bonuses on how to use the interface. So 1 minute candles. I have changed the color of my candles. Okay, so you can do that by custom candle colors. I did this so blue is really green and pink is really red. I did this for a couple of reasons. It's hard to see the red line inside the candle when you're bidding sometimes, so I just wanted the candles to be different than the bidding line. So like when you take a bid, you can see the red line in there. When you're using yellow, green, and red candles, this disappears, and I didn't like that. So you can do that. Also, we're going to, that was just a random trade I placed to show you that. So you're at 1 minute candles. You're at 2 minute bids. And so it's very important that you look at the bid calculator time thing. There's a little flag. If you click on the little flag, it says M2. This is not the one you want. You want to click on the timer and click 2 minutes, okay? I don't use, it's what I call the absolute timer. I don't use this minute 2 because I'm not even going to try to get into explaining this. Well, I might a little bit later in a video, but this is not 2 minutes. This is either 1.5 minutes or 2.5 minutes, depending on when you hit the button. Okay, it's at the beginning or end of the candle. It's really confusing what this timer is. If you click on the actual absolute timer, this will give you an exact 2 minute bid. So if you click it, it's 2 minutes later, it's over. You're in and out with an exact 2 minutes. This gives you the flexibility to say, I want to make a longer bid, so I make 3 minute bids, or I want to make a shorter bid, 1.5 minutes. I do that in this method, but most of all the bids I place are in 2 minutes, okay? Every once in a while I'll do a 3 minute bid, and maybe I'll explain why I do that if it's a trend I'm trying to push. But that usually gets me in trouble, so I'm really sticking with 2 minute bids. So you get 2 minute bids, 1 minute candles. That's important. And then we're going to talk about indicators. So here's how I set my indicators up. You want all of these indicators. You want the slow moving average at 6 SMA. 6 SMA. Again, I'll have this all notated for you. Then you're going to set up another slow moving average. So you're going to go in here to indicators, and you're going to click on indicators, and you're going to click in moving average. So wherever that one is, I have it in my favorites. So moving average. So you're going to click a moving average, and it puts it on there. To get rid of these, you just click the X, get rid of them. I'm going to get rid of the zigzag too. I haven't been using that. I just want a demo bid. Great. Then you want a 12 moving average, SMA. Okay, and that one is going to be my red line, okay? And so I'll tell you a little bit more about why later. So I have a green one that's 6. I have a red one that's 12. And then I have a slow moving average at 50 that's white. That's that white one right here, okay? So that's your 3 indicators on the chart. And then you're going to actually add an indicator called the stochastic. Add that one first, so it's on top. So you would add stochastic oscillator, and it pops up just like this. It's in default. It's 1433 SMA. And I did change the colors of stochastic, I think, to be this right here, green and red. So I'll put this in the description of the video, the lesson as well. And then you want to add, let's see, one more thing you want to add is the MACD. So you're going to go in here, you're going to add a MACD, and you're going to use the default numbers, 12, 26, 9, and you're going to use styles, green and red. So up is green, red. So if you look at my charts, you'll understand a little bit about this. All of the red are underneath. All the reds are underneath. All the reds are underneath. And all the greens are above. So they're above here, they're above here. The red is And this isn't really about this method, but like in the moving average method, I put the green on top because when the green's on top, you usually are making a call, and when the red's on top, you're making a put. So when you're looking for the charts to line up, you can see they're green and red. So all the greens are on top here. So you could make, this isn't the method, but I'm saying like all the greens are on top here, 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 and here. So you have a lot of up pressure and you're above the moving average. So you can actually make calls. And that is a method that I used, not very long because it's pretty much, it's a pushing method. So it doesn't really win all the time. You can just be like, if the green line's up above on all of them, then just call. And you can do something I call scroll testing. You can, any method I teach you or you learn, you can go back in the scroll and you can say, does this add up? You can look back at charts and be like, okay, well the red's above here, the red's above here, the red's above here. Look, I would have won puts right in this section. And I'm below the moving average. So that's why I colored everything the way I did. And I'll put these in the notes so you can set this up. I think it's very important. If not, you have green and red candles, you have yellow and blue lines, and you have all this stuff like this. It's hard to explain, but I really do like the colors here. Now, let's get into the crossover method. So now you have 1 minute candles, 2 minute bids on absolute timer, and I'm going to show you how to find entry points, because what you're going to do is you're going to find where the basically stochastic and the MACD are coming out of being overbought or oversold. And so that's this area right here. The MACD is coming down out of overbought. So, and then with the stochastic, the same, with the MACD, the same thing. It's coming out of overbought right here. It's way high and it's coming down out of overbought. So in this entry point, you're looking for extreme levels of MACD and stochastic being together. So the stochastic is going down, the MACD is going down, all from overbought, all completely overbought. Okay, so not half overbought or in the middle, all that. The only way this really works really, really well is if you find those times when they're doing that. Then they're also doing that in the trend. So bidding with the trend. That is extremely important in this method. You can win against the trend, that's fine. Usually you lose against the trend in general. You can win against the trend in this method, but the only way that you can really do this method and make it just killer winning is follow all of my rules that I'm telling you to a T. And I'm going to show you in this video and in future videos on my YouTube channel, and I think I'll make another video in the course right here, another bonus video, showing you a bunch of entry points that worked and didn't work and why they did or didn't. It's extremely important that you set your indicators, that you go into demo, and that you take a look at this and do it yourself. So you're in a downtrend right here. So the white line is quite above. You're underneath the white line. That means you're in a downtrend. You can also look at the chart and see it's in a downtrend. So then you're looking for a place in the downtrend where these are both overbought. These are both overbought and heading out of overbought. So this would be a decent entry point right here. And I'm going to tell you, it's not easy to find these, but it's not hard either. It's like they appear out of nowhere, and sometimes you're looking and you just can't find one. So you just got to be patient. But that's how you win big. So stochastic, you're in a downtrend right here. You zoom in, you can see stochastic was overbought. It was above the 80-20, and stochastic is going to be 80-20, is above the 80 line, and it heads down. It crosses over right here, crosses over. Okay. Now, the only way that I would enter this bid probably is if the MACD also crossed over. So right here, you could win a put right here, and you probably would have won this put, but you don't know if you're going to win it because the MACD didn't cross as well. So this is one where let's see, this is one where it crossed over here. Again, from overbought, it went up. Okay, now right here, the MACD, the stochastic crossed up, and the MACD also crossed. But the MACD didn't cross out of being oversold. The MACD crossed somewhere in the middle. And it didn't have a lot of momentum. In other words, it didn't shoot up. It just sort of kind of crossed right there, kind of. And if you would have taken an up bid here for 2 minutes, when this crossed over, you would take an up bid right here, you would have still won that bid. But this is not the method because this is in a downtrend. So you're never going to, well, you're mostly never or not going to take an up bid in a downtrend. Okay, so that's, the thing is it's very tempting, but oftentimes you lose. So just stick with me on that. So you're gonna go, it's going up, stochastic, MACD is going up. It looks good. They both crossed. You're like, wow, this would be it. This one crossed. You're like, wow, this is going to be it. But you're heading towards the line, and you're also in a downtrend. It's very risky. This one would have won, though. Okay, so let's. We're going to look at a bunch more of the next couple videos. This is where I think I would have taken my bid, and whether I would have won or not is iffy. But it's in a downtrend. The stochastic is coming out of overbought. It crosses down right here. Within 3 candles, okay, within 3 candles, the MACD also crossed. So I probably would have taken a down bid right around here, like right here, okay? And it would have won because I would have taken it right here as the MACD was getting ready to cross. I would have taken it. It crossed there. There's 3 candles. I take a down bid right here, and it would have been 1 candles, 2 candles. It would have ended here. I would have won this bid. So that's a tight win. And the thing about this is the MACD wasn't coming out of being overbought. It was kind of in the middle, and it's kind of going up. So you have this sort of cyclone of pressure here. Some's going down, some's going up. This is not a perfect entry. Let's look at, but this is how you would enter. You would literally go, the MACD crossed down, we're in a downtrend. Or I mean, the stochastic crossed down, we're in a downtrend. Within 1 to 5 candles, if the MACD also crosses from the point where the stochastic crosses, then you're going to take a bid in the direction of them crossing with the trend. Period. That is it. It is very specific. And so I will have these rules written down for you. And then I'm also going to show you wins and losses that I have actually taken in this method. And you're going to see very clearly. The important thing to know is that, and I'm not just going to scroll through and try to find wins and losses. That can be for you. You can scroll through and you can prove this method, and you really should prove your method. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I won and lost these bids. So I won and lost these bids. Double cross win live session right here, and I'm going to pull this out. Okay, there it is. So these are a bunch of live trades that I've made over the last couple weeks using this method, and some have been winners and some have been losers. So let's go with the winners first, because you're always going to find a loser. That's easy to find. Let's go for the winner. And I'm going to zoom in right here. This was a win. It says this was the perfect setup, all lined up, and big, nice, comfortable win. Now I'm going to place some of these images for you in the course, just a pack of images so you can read them. And I'm going to show you, I'm going to zoom in here as much as I can and show you what happened here. This overall, this was in sort of an uptrend. It was going down. The thing about this is, if the white line is sort of like this, it's really not in an up or down trend. When it's snaking up and down, this is perfect. It's not really in a big uptrend. It's not really in a big downtrend. And the white line is sort of up, and now it's sort of down. It's sort of just going, it's really moving straight across. So what I did was I waited for, stochastic was overbought here, or oversold. It's underneath this line. It's underneath the 20. The MACD was also in the same scenario. It was kind of down here low, and the stochastic crossed right here, okay, in this candle right here, stochastic crossed. Now, within 2 candles, the 3 candles, about the 3rd candle, the MACD also crossed up. This was already moving straight up out of there, and that was the only 2 indicators I needed. I'm not looking at the moving averages very much. I am only looking at the long average. I just like having these moving averages on there because they make me feel comfortable. I've been looking at them so long. I feel very comfortable with them. So I have them on here. But we have a little bit of an uptrend coming, even though it's sideways in general. And we're at the bottom of this motion, and we are oversold here, and it's moving up. The MACD crosses within 3 candles, and I entered in right here, and I won by a pretty big margin here. This is a pretty big win. It wasn't like a hairline win. Now, I will caution you some things. If they're both coming out of oversold right here, this is a perfect entry. It's really the most perfect setup, and I put that on this sheet because they're coming out of oversold. They're moving up. You got some big green candles. You got some momentum, and it was a great win. So let me look at some other ones. Let's see, 2 setups for a small cross. Okay, this is a little bit more advanced. I might save that for another video. Same thing. It's just this was a close win, but but good win. So this is, let's see, this is the same thing. It's kind of moving sideways in general, okay? And I'm going to zoom in on this. Let's see, zoom in here. The stochastic was oversold. It was down here at the bottom. The MACD was also pretty down underneath. The stochastic crossed. This is key. The stochastic crossed up here on this, maybe right around this candle right here. And then this candle here, like about the second candle in, maybe the third one. I was a little late on this entry, actually. I should have entered right here, you know. I would have won. But then again, I might have lost because this red candle came out of nowhere. So the thing is I waited for the confirmation on this cross, and it was up, and it probably crossed over as that blue candle rose up. I snapped that win, and then it went up, it went down like crazy. This was probably a 2-minute and 45-second bid. I'm sure it was because I was bidding at 245 here probably, and then it went back up and I won this. So it was really close. This red candle was kind of weird. But the setup was perfect. The setup was perfect. I think that this will lose sometimes, so I wouldn't be surprised if it lost this one, because it will sometimes. But as long as you get the wait and be patient and get the confirmation on the cross, then you're good. Okay. Let's see if this one actually lost. So let's look at how it would have lost. It really still was a great setup, I believe. The only thing I noticed about this setup, how I lost it, was this did cross out of overbought. So MACD is going down, like pretty much striking down. But the stochastic wasn't really completely up all the way yet. I mean, the MACD, I'm sorry. The MACD wasn't, like, if you looked back in the history, the MACD got right up here. It got way high. It was only about middle of the way, and it sort of went to cross down. And had I went a lot faster, okay, had I went a lot faster, got this entry point like a little sooner, like as soon as that crossed down and this crossed, I should have entered like right here. I would have won that trade, but I entered like a little bit too late. I was probably waiting for a confirmation, or I could have jumped on this chart last second and saw it and took it. Then I got a loss on that one. So it was not great, but this was a great setup. And so that's a setup that will lose. I've got to tell you that sometimes this will lose. The chart all crossed here and then completely flipped out and I lost. So the same, that could happen. Let me show you another win in this video, and then I'm going to focus. This was a fifth bid, so I was into a fifth bid on this one. This was a scary trade. I got pretty deep in my account this day, but this was a nice win. So what happens is it's moving sideways. You've got stochastic and overbought for sure. It's overbought. You've got MACD pretty overbought. It's up here kind of high. And what I've really noticed in this method is you want the stochastic to cross, and within a candle or two or three, and I say 5 at the top. You want the MACD to also cross. And as soon as that happens, close together, I took my down bid, and look at how big that win is. I took my down bid here and I won all the way down here. It was a great. Also, I noted this is a level of support resistance right here. So it already had hit support resistance, and I think it's going to go back down anyway. So you can use support and resistance as well. And I won that trade. It's a $120 trade. So that was good. Again, here's a nice setup. I jumped the bid before the MACD crossed, and it paid off for a nice solid win. So this one, I jumped the bid here. I really felt like this was going to go down. It started going down here. The MACD started cricking here, and I took my bid. Another big win. So you can see that the crosses here were a little bit early. This was crossed here, and then it cricked and started to cross. My bid was early. My bid I took right here, so like right before the cross happened, and won. I still would have won if I would have taken it one candle later, because this method just does that. You can take it within, as soon as you can let the MACD cross and do that full confirmation, and then you can take it. So just do a real quick overview, and then I will do some more analysis of the charts in another video. I'm going to just keep analyzing these wins. I've had a bunch of them in this method. So the stochastic is going to cross out of overbought, or cross up out of oversold, or cross down out of overbought. The MACD has to cross within 1 to 5 candles. If it gets after about 5 candles, the problem is the MACD might cross, but it usually turns around. There wasn't enough momentum. So momentum happens what I've noticed is stochastic crosses down, MACD within 1 to 3 candles crosses as well, and it's also with the trend. So the long moving average is in favor of you, then you're going to nail it. If you break any one of those rules, like if you only stochastic crosses and the MACD is just straight away, or the MACD is going up, like stochastic goes down, the MACD just goes up, and you think, oh, I'm going to take it because it's in a downtrend, you're most likely going to lose those trades. And I know that because I've lost plenty of trades like that. I'm going to show you some advanced methods on this trade in some of the next videos in this course, because I think it's worth saying I've perfected this to a certain way. I've found different ways where you can still win. But the core of the method has to follow those major fundamental points. Stochastic is overbought, crossing down, or oversold, crossing up. The MACD is also at a high level of overbought or oversold that's just following along with stochastic, and it's going to also cross in the same direction within 1 to 5 candles, and the long trend is in your favor. If you do that, you're going to win a lot of trades. So put that together, read the notes on this. Let me know if you have any questions. Again, none of these are perfect. I mean, you're gonna win and lose and do different things like that. But for the most part, you're going to find a lot of success, as I have with this method. It's something, if you're good at it and you can wait for it. It generally takes me an hour to win maybe 4 trades, maybe 45 minutes. Sometimes they all appear right away. Sometimes it takes a lot longer for them to appear. It just takes a while, and then they don't appear right away. And sometimes they just appear, bam, right away. They're right there. So you just got to be patient. Don't be afraid to not take the trade. Don't be afraid to just wait, and don't be afraid to make up your bids, really, because when you have a method that works, then you're going to win. Also, demo. Don't go into live until you're ready. And when you go live, make sure you go live with an amount of money that you can lose. Just don't be too hasty and lose too much money too quickly, and then you can actually set up a winning account. If you have any questions, click in the Telegram, or just put it in this in the Teachable comments so I can help you. And if you have any refinements or thoughts, let me know. In the next couple videos on this method, I'm going to show you more wins and a couple advanced tweaks that I found sort of as I was winning and losing. I found some ways that you could actually tweak the method, or not I say trick it, but fake the method. When the method fakes you, you can fake the method back, and you can bid in the opposite direction when you know it's going to fake you. So just some things that will help you get some extra wins. All right. Blessings to you. God bless you as you're trading, and go on to the next video and let me know what you think.